Okay, another day, another Eagles signing. Will Greer to the Eagles as QB3? Plus, Milton Williams and Jordan Davis working out together. We need them to be big in 2024. Saquon Barkley already in the lab working on his game in Philly, as Bleacher Report suggests that the Eagles should sign free agent Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's not all. Could Philadelphia Eagles GM Howie Roseman have a blockbuster trade brewing for cornerback Jaycee Horn? And what's an episode of the Philly Talk podcast without another Hasson Reddick update? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a quick favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So Saquon Barkley's only been in a city of brotherly love for a little bit, but he's already back in the lab, putting in that work, trying to get better for 2024. I honestly see Saquon Barkley going crazy in 2024. I'm talking receiving and rushing. You already seen last episode, I put the $25 on him to lead the NFL in rushing. That pays out $450 on BetUS, and I firmly believe it. This don't get said enough. Remember, Kellen Moore was one of the main guys banging on the table for Howie Roseman and the Eagles to sign Saquon Barkley. You don't do that if you're not going to utilize him to the max, which would mean in the passing game, but I also see him getting at least 18 to 20 carries at a minimum per game, which is going to open so much in the passing game, especially with the new route concepts. Smitty, AJ, Jalen Hurts is going to have his best year, especially as it pertains to completion percentage, because he's going to be efficient plays, efficient throws, and there's just too many talented players on this offense for any defense to key in on. I mean, Saquon's daughter knows it. Listen to this.
So when I told her that we're going to be going to Philly, she kind of was just like, does that mean we're going to win now? And I just started smiling again. And I was like, hopefully we can win some more games here.
Even the little kid knows what's about to happen in 2024 with the Philadelphia Eagles. While we're talking about running backs, word on the birds tweeted, Bleacher Report lists Clyde Edwards-Helaire as a top available free agent the Eagles should pursue. And honestly, I wouldn't do it if I was the Eagles. You got Saquon, who is 100% the feature back. He's your bell cow. He can do it all and should be on the field as much as possible. And you still got Kenneth Gainwell, who I think the Eagles will utilize and could play in case of an emergency. Saquon gets hurt, gets nicked up. You need Kenny G. I'm cool with him. Plus, the draft is coming up, and that's where I think the Eagles could end up picking up their third running back if we don't sign Boston Scott. I don't even know if he's a free agent anymore, but you get a guy in the draft around the 4th or 5th round, kind of like what you did with Kenneth Gainwell, and I think it will pay off. With still some holes on defense and the possibility of Justin Simmons lowering his price, and once the price is lower, like Adam Kaplan said yesterday, Philadelphia just makes perfect sense for him and the Eagles. I need to keep some cap space available for him, and I'm not wasting it on a guy who might not ever be able to get on the field. And honestly, I wouldn't want him to, because I'm okay with Saquon Barkley and Kenneth Gainwell. So I actually wouldn't pursue Clyde's Edwards-Helaire. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Would you go get CEH? Moving on to another Eagles signing, Adam Schefter reported today, Eagles are signing former Cowboys and Patriots quarterback Will Greer to a one-year deal per sources. In the past week, the Eagles now have added quarterbacks Kenny Pickett and Greer. To me, this move is just Kellen Moore getting the guy who's comfortable in his system. Remember, 3 years he spent with Kellen Moore in Dallas as a backup. I honestly don't see him beating out Kenny Pickett, who we traded capital for, and I think is one of the better backups in the NFL. And depending on Kellen Moore, I don't know if he beats out Tanner McKee. We all like Tanner McKee. He was lighting it up in the preseason, but I would give the slight edge to Will Greer just because Kellen Moore knows him, and maybe we put Tanner McKee on the practice squad, but I honestly think Tanner McKee should be QB3, not Will Greer. But I can't be mad at the move. Kellen Moore deserves to get what he wants due to the fact that he's going to be a big part of this Eagles top offense, and we will be scoring like 40 points a game. Bookmark it. I just think in general, Howie Roseman has done a really good job putting this team together, bouncing back from the atrocity of the 2023 season. Again, when you look at the high big names, Bryce Huff, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Saquon Barkley, even Devin White, These guys all fill a need at their respective position. And then you look at the low-key depth signings in Paris Campbell, Devontae Parker, Tyler Hall, Zach Baum, Oren Burks, just a lot of guys added as depth and or future pieces for the Eagles. Again, Howie leaves no stone turned. Word on the Birds also tweeted the Eagles offense has a salary of $115 million in 2024. This ranks 22nd in the league. Howie Roseman is a legend. Think about all the talented players on the Eagles, from A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon, Dallas Goedert, Dickerson, Mulata, Lane, Jalen Hurts. And if you add up all their cap hits, it's only 115 for the offensive side of the ball, which ranks 22nd. How does he do it? Actually, don't tell us, because people will try to copy you. Now, before we get to the blockbuster trade the Eagles could be in for on the defensive side of the ball, plus more updates as it pertains to Haason Reddick, I know we're all getting tired of it, and Jordan Davis and Milton Williams working out together, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Eat stress-free this spring with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian-approved, and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Choose from a weekly menu of 35 options, including our popular options like Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein Plus, or Vegan and Veggie. Also discover more than 60 add-ons every week, like breakfast, on-the-go lunch, snacks, and beverages that help you stay fueled and feel good all day long. What are you waiting for? Get started today and fuel up on your springtime goals. 2-minute meals, fuel up fast with Factor's restaurant quality meals that are ready to heat and eat whenever you are. Honestly, what I love most about Factor is they're really ready when you are. 2-minute meals, and you can tailor them to your schedule. Customize your weekly meals, and they're flexible. Pause them, add more, subtract some. You could do whatever you need. Working a full-time job plus doing YouTube, Factor makes it so much easier on me. I can't believe I didn't have this sooner. Head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code PhillyMike50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next box. That's code PhillyMike50 at Factor75.com to get, again, 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next box while your subscription is active. You can't beat that. I'm telling you, I love mine. Go get yours. So Jake Rabati of the NFL tweeted this: the Eagles call on anyone and everyone way more than the public knows about, which is 100% true. Could Jaycee Horn be someone they trade for? I think it's possible. Horn, who's 24 years old, has dealt with some injuries in his career, but when he's on the field, he's an amazing cornerback. He's eligible for an extension and has 2 years remaining on his rookie contract, assuming the 5th-year option is picked up. I think he's more realistic than some people think. He fits what the team is looking to do on defense, and that's get younger core players. This is a good point by Jake Rabati. Again, not something that's being reported, but it could make sense for the Eagles to get that young star corner. Of course, we've been in on Patrick Surtain for a while, but I don't think that's going to happen. You get a guy like Jaycee Horn to replace Bradbury, if not this year, definitely next year. I think we all prefer this year. But you get a guy who's only 24 years old. And again, this draft is setting up where we might even go cornerback early in the draft, although the last time we picked a first-round corner, it was Lito Shepherd in 2002. Again, I'm not really mad if we go corner or linebacker with our first-round pick. I know a lot of you guys said if we go offensive lineman, you're going to be so mad. We will wait and see. April 25th is coming sooner rather than later. But I do like this, and it makes sense for the Eagles to go out and make a blockbuster trade for a young cornerback of the future. Who knows? Maybe he's paired with Kelee Ringo for the future, because I do like his upside as well. Remember, how did we get Big Play Slay on the team? We didn't draft him. It was a blockbuster trade. So this is right up Howie Roseman's alley as it pertains to getting cornerbacks. We trade for them. We really don't draft them. Although I would like to change our motto. As for one of the many updates on Haason Reddick, this one is from Jeremy Fowler. The expectation league-wide is that he's moved at some point. The Eagles wet and spent on Bryce Huff. They re-signed Josh Sweat, so they have their 2 pass rushers. Reddick appears to be the odd man out. He does want a new deal, but this is a premier guy that should have value. He wants a new contract plus the draft capital that it's going to take to get him. Arizona could be a team to watch because Jonathan Gannon was with him 2 years ago in Philly. They had good production together. Arizona needs a pass rusher. Atlanta to an extent, so there should be teams in the mix. Again, this ain't really saying anything we already don't know. However, it's been months and he hasn't been moved. And like Adam Schefter said the other day, I think he put it the best. The Eagles are not desperate to trade him. So for us to trade him, you got to wow us with your offer. If you don't wow us, we will have the option to possibly extend him or let him play on the last year of his deal, which would mean he would walk for free, but you would get his services for the 2024 season. And that season to me right now is the utmost important because we are going into 2024 as true contenders. Again, maybe the closer we get to the regular season, depending on the cap and whatnot, he ends up biting for $20 million instead of $25 million, and then we get the extension done, and all this is for nothing. And I know a lot of people are tired here about the Hasson Reddick stuff. Are we going to trade him? Are we not? But the longer it waits, the more I see he's going to be an Eagle in 2024. I'm not telling you he's going to be, but that's just my opinion. I really do believe he'll be an Eagle. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Do your boy a favor, drop the muscle emoji in the comment section, leave all your thoughts, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos, and go get your Factor. The meals are delicious. They take 2 minutes, and it will save you from buying all this fast food if you don't got time to prepare good full course meals. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.